Good morning! Happy Friday! So today is the 17th of December. It's a Friday. It's summer here in Australia and it is pissing down today. That's slang for bucketing down, pouring down, whatever. As you can see, I look like a hot mess. She don't look too bad. My skin looks pretty good today actually. Anyway, I have my surgeon appointment today, so we're going to chat a little bit about that whilst I get ready. You have to say good morning to the main guest, I know, so let's have a look. Excuse me, can you say hello to your friends? Or is Mr. Foxy got your attention today? He's obsessed, so he's like at the stage where he's starting to grab things and put them towards his mouth, but he also has his pacifier in, so he's really not sure. But anyway, this is our setup whilst I try and get ready. And then I've also got his rocker sitting waiting because I know what he's like. So anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so I want to start with my hair first. So anyway, I'm just gonna get ready as I go and chat. I'm not even sure I'm going to discuss what products and stuff I'm using. And yep, this is how I do my hair these days. Mum life, I'm losing half of it, but if you remember, I have the back part of my head shaved because I just have way too much hair. I know, it's such a first world problem. I shaved half of my hair at the back, so I have like this undercut. Maybe I'm gonna say, what year are we in? Almost 2022. I'm gonna say like 8 years ago. I was still an apprentice hairdresser, so it was that long ago, and I've just always kept it. You know, I still get asked every now and again when it's been shaved and it looks fresh. Sorry, I'm just trying to get all the hair out of my scrunchie. Oh, that's so cool. Like, why do you, I don't know, some people ask me why. Some people just go, oh, you have half of your head shaved. And I'm like, it's not a question, it's more of a statement. And I'm like, yeah. So I constantly have to sit there and explain, well, not explain, because I don't really give a shit, to be fair. But anyway, I'm always like, yeah, I have really thick hair if you can't tell. And it's super annoying. So I shaved half of it off so that it's more manageable. Even now, my hair is only like just under shoulder length or something. But that's it. That's how we fix the mum bum. Do you get in trouble on YouTube if you're playing YouTube in the background? We'll find out soon. Okay. There's a mirror behind me. Alright, I always get my hair out of the way first because then I don't have to worry about it. So we've woken up this morning. Arthur was so good last night. Well, he wasn't so good yesterday in the afternoon. That was a little bit frustrating. So we had swimming yesterday. He cracked it at swimming with Jake the whole time, and I felt so bad because Jake took an annual leave day to come all the way to swimming and spend the day with us, then go get Santa photos, which were super cute. They're up on my Instagram. They were an absolute hoot. And everyone says, oh, so he wasn't scared of Santa? And I'm like, he's 11 weeks old. Does he even know? Like, I don't know, do they even look at things and go, oh my gosh, I'm scared of that? I don't know. I'm like, how do children perceive things? Anyway, so I felt bad because Jake took the day off to come with us, and Arthur cried the whole swimming lesson session. So that was fun for us. So I'm using the Mecca Max Off Duty. So it's like the BB cream with SPF. So it's this one. I love this. I don't know why I stopped using it. I ended up, that was just my hairbrush. I bought just before I went in to have Arthur, I thought I'll treat myself, I'll get myself like a nice skin tint for when I come out and I have time to quickly do my makeup, like today where I've got 23 minutes. I'm not loving this. I don't know if it's because I'm not putting it on properly. I've tried with my fingers, I've tried with my beauty blender. So it's the Morphe Glowstone Hydrating Tint with SPF 30 in it. So it's this one. And it says, shake well before use, clean your skin before applying the product, pump into hand and apply in circular motions onto the face and neck, blending well. I've done both and it's just so patchy and so horrible. So anyway, we're gonna go back to this guy. I don't even know why I always put that on my hand first. So this is, I'm still using the color Wheat. I reckon I probably bought this about 12 months ago, but because I was at beauty school, I was probably wearing proper foundation most of the time. So this was more on my days off. I mean, in my oil and gas job, I didn't really wear, I didn't wear makeup to work, not even mascara. So stuff lasts me a little while, but I'm not too strict on the whole, if you open it, use it within 12 months, throw it out. Like, I stick to that with all of my pro kit, but with my own stuff, I don't know, you know what it's like. So anyway, so leaving now. Okay, cool. So anyway, I'm not really wearing like foundation. I only do that if we're going out. So like to my Christmas party and stuff, I did that. This is just nice and light, so it gives me a little bit of color, but it's just, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm wearing anything when I wear this. It's nice. So anyway, Arthur was a pain in the bum. We had Santa photos, they went great. Did swimming. We could not get in the car and drive off from swimming until I sat there and tried to feed him in the car, to which he took like a quarter of his bottle and then was like, okay, no, now I'm tired. So put him in his car seat. We drove up to my mum's to go and see how she was doing. And that was like a 40-minute drive. So he slept the whole way, thank goodness. So that was awesome. Anyway, stayed up there for a bit. We left as he was getting tired. Like, he was, of course, such an angel at my mum's the whole time. Finished his bottle, had cuddles with her, like laid on the couch, just, you know, talking and laughing, and was an absolute gem. Of course, I don't know what it is. Even at that age, it's like they know we're at the grandparents' house, we have to behave. So anyway, did that. We came home, we went to Bunnings yesterday, and we bought some racking for the garage. So since we've moved in, Jake sort of put the race car in there and not really done anything else. And the mess was getting to me because there was stuff in a chaos, but still tidy, and it just annoys me. Anyway, so we went into that. We spent the afternoon out there with a child who did not want to nap in his cot, probably because, I don't know, we weren't really making much noise. But where our bedroom is and where his cot is, you close our bedroom door, the hallway's there. That side of the hallway is what it backs onto the garage. So even though we had his white noise on to cut out some of the noise, I think he could just hear still. So we brought him out, put him in the rocker, and he fell asleep in the rocker outside. It was actually a really beautiful breeze. Like I said, it is raining here today and it's actually quite cool. So he fell asleep just up on the trestle table in his rocker for about an hour or so. So we just left him there. He slept through like hammering and everything, and I was like, all right, well, you do you, boo. So had a little bit of a nap there, and then after that, Jake brought him inside while I was watering the grass and whatnot, and tried to give him his feed so that we could then come in. We were all gonna have a shower, put his pajamas on, and then he would go down for his 6:30 sleep, which means that he would then wake up about 10:30-ish for a feed, and then sleep until like 3 or 4 in the morning. So that's the way that our timing normally goes. It's quite good. Is this running out? Oh, it is too. I have the Laura Mercier setting powder, and I just have like the travel size one for myself, but I have 3 of the big ones in my pro case. Yeah, I still sit here and use the dregs. Anyway, so yeah, last night was a bit full on, but anyway, Jake managed to get him down, and I said he's not gonna sleep because he hasn't fed since we were at mum's house at 1 p.m. I said that's been 5.5, 6 hours. He's like, he literally just cried himself to sleep. He wouldn't take the bottle. We tried everything. I think he was just so overtired from maybe being a butthole this week. So anyway, thought we'll put him down, we'll see how he goes. And he woke up at 12:30 a.m. Now, I was still awake because I was editing my unboxing vlog. So he woke up really happily, actually. I could just hear him talking to himself. So I thought, perfect, good timing. I am almost finished, so I'll sort his bottle out and then I'll come in and I can sort of like wake him properly and give him his bottle. So I was doing I was doing that. I was getting his bottle sorted while I was packing all of my stuff up. And then I came into the room. I'm like, I really need to get my little mirror and put it here because I'm looking behind the camera into my other mirror and I just cannot see. Blind people's life. So I came in and I looked on the cot, but he was laying there dead to the world with his dummy in his mouth. And I actually woke Jacob up and I said, did you just resettle him? And he's like, yeah, like 5 minutes ago. And I was like, I was getting his bottle to come and feed him. And he goes, I woke up and you weren't there and I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, he said to me this morning in a text message, he's like, I thought you just upped and left. And I was like, well, okay. Anyway, so we fed him. Well, I fed him, put him in his sleep sack, changed his bum, laid him in his cot while I think I was like, I'll just lay him down for a second. And then, God, I'm really blind. I think I went to the toilet, was like brushing my teeth, and I came out and he was asleep. Like he put himself to sleep. So he just laid there and was obviously that tired. So anyway, put himself to sleep. That was great. So this was about 1 AM at this stage. So I just hopped right into bed and went to sleep. He did not wake up until 5:15 this morning, to which he came and laid in bed with me because that's what he does when Jake goes to work. He fell back asleep. And when I say laid in bed with me, as in we have a king size bed. We have a mattress where if you move on one side, the other person doesn't feel it. So we like put Jake's pillow on the edge of the bed so he can't roll off even though he's not rolling yet. Put him, and then there's like my spare pillow in between. So he's actually got like an arm's width between where he lays and where the pillows are, which so he can't touch them if he rolls his head to the side. And then I'm on the other side. I have a feeling he's fallen asleep laying there watching YouTube. So anyway, it's safe. And I'm sort of awake by that stage. I kind of just lay there on my phone or whatever until he decides to wake up. But we both fell back asleep this morning and he slept until 8 AM. So I pretty much got, I reckon, 7 hours of sleep last night. Not solidly, but pretty much. So I am feeling pretty good today, which is good because today is a big day for me. And I kind of didn't really think about it, but I said to Jacob, he should have taken yesterday and today off. So today I am going back to meet my bariatric surgeon. So I've mentioned in a couple of my videos and on Instagram a couple of times that I am going to be having gastric sleeve surgery done soon. I don't know, in the next month or two. Now, this has been sitting with me for years and years and years. I've been told by doctors all the time that that's what I need to do because of the genes in my family, and the women in my family unfortunately get really sick, and obesity does not help that. Now, I didn't want to just accept that. So, you know, I'm quite an athletic person. So I've spent years and years with coaches, with PTs, training, doing this. I still love my jiu-jitsu. I can't wait to go back and do that. But I only lose so much weight and my body only changes so much, and I can't keep fighting that for the rest of my life, not with my lupus as well. So I finally, I'm not going to say I gave in, I surrendered. I surrendered to the fact that it is not the end of the world, it's not cheating, it's not giving in. I'm basically agreeing to have the tool administered that's going to help me for the rest of my life, live a long, happy life. I'm hoping to still obviously have another pregnancy, and I really hope that this is gonna make that a lot different for me in the fact that I might be able to carry to full term. Obviously, losing the weight is a huge benefit, and I can't wait to feel great in myself again. I don't hate myself right now, and I'm actually in a really good position with myself after having a baby and stuff. Like, I'm so kind to myself compared to what I used to be. But, you know, do I wish that I could go clothes shopping and quickly pick something up and not have to rush around trying to try things on because nothing fits? Yes. Do I wish that I could move around a little bit easier? Yes, there's so many things that I wish, but at the end of the day, it's like, I don't, my wipes are all dry. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not doing it for all the wrong reasons. I'm doing it for all the right reasons. Like, losing the weight is just an added benefit for that. So anyway, I'm going to meet Dr. Rayo today. A couple of my friends that I've met either from asking questions on my Instagram or just people that I know that have had surgery actually had him. So I'd already picked him anyway. It was the same as with my obstetrician. I'd already picked her out before I even spoke to Nicole and said, who did you end up using when you had Marley? And she said, oh, Susan Isdale. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So anyway, friends' recommendations are great because at least then you know that people have already had a personal interaction with him. I mean, I would never choose someone based on someone's opinions of going, oh no, I hated it, so you shouldn't. So when I said to my mum, my stepmom and my dad that I was having Arthur at Joondalup Private, they both freaked out. Oh, not so much my stepmom. She actually was like, oh no, she's like, your dad's just over the top. But anyway, so she just had a really crappy experience after she had her gastric sleeve surgery. Like, Dad just said that where she was in the hospital on that ward wasn't that great. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. But I think after my stay in the maternity ward in the private side, I really loved it. So I'm hoping that it's going to be the same. Oh no, he's not asleep. He's just been a good boy. So anyway, we'll hit that on the head when it comes to it. But yeah, I guess, you know, everyone's experiences are different and whatnot. So I've already met with him before, and he was the one that I had to have fertility testing and stuff done. So he was the one that said, you know, you guys need to go and have a big conversation and think about what you want to achieve as far as like starting a family goes. Because if I had surgery in August this year like I was supposed to have, he wouldn't have signed me off for 12 to 18 months to try and start falling pregnant, because, you know, it's quite a big surgery. It's changing all of your insides. So you don't want to go and have this big surgery done and then fall pregnant in a couple of months. It has happened to people and they have been fine, but I just think if I can give myself the most healing time possible, that'd be great. So my plan was after we'd have Arthur, I would go and sort out having surgery, you know, like 4 or 5 months after having him. So he'll be 4 or 5 months pretty much bang on. Now I wanted to also do it in that timing because I'm going back to work for like the first week of April, and I wanted to be eating properly and, you know, back to semi-normality before I go back to work, so that it's not too hard with him starting to eat food, me having to be eating baby food and all the rest of it. I don't really know how it works, but I'm going to find all that out today. So anyway, so that's what we're doing today. I'm going to go meet with Dr. Rayo. I already have all of the answers I need because he gave them to us at the last thing. This was more of a cool, let's just touch base and see when he can get me in. But I just have like a bunch of questions that I want to ask him. Nothing major, just more so little things about, because now that I have a baby, I can't just take 2 or 3 weeks off, have the surgery, chill out and recover and know that Jake's going to look after me. I'm like, I need to obviously be able to get back to, you know, mum life as well. So yeah, my plan was write a list of questions as I think of them over the months, and then I can ask him when I go see him. So that's what we're doing today. So a couple of the questions I have for him is like, how soon after I have surgery will I be able to drive again? Because if it's 6 weeks, that's going to kill me. Obviously with the eating and stuff, like how does it work? The timing and stuff, like how long are you on liquids? When does it change over? All of that sort of stuff. Not that these things matter hugely because I knew what I'd be getting myself into, but I just need to obviously be prepared. Because like I said, I have a baby now, so it's not as easy as just having it and chilling out. So yeah, I am excited to just sit with him and chat and find out all of the things. Am I nervous? Yes. I don't know why. I mean, having the cesarean kind of made me feel a bit more confident because I'd never had like surgery before. So I'm not so much scared about that now. I can hear him like whacking his toys. I'm not stressed and scared about that now like I was before. So that is all good. What else did I have on my list? Let's have a look. Yeah, so recovery. Oh, how long will I be in actual hospital for? I know obviously you don't know until you have the surgery, but you know how even with the Caesar and stuff, sometimes they're like, yep, so you'll be in for 5 to 7 days, or, you know, whatever. So there's that. How long until I feel good walking around, etc. Food, how long in total until I'm eating normal-ish. Oh, massive one, birth control. So when we went to this appointment last time, Dr. Rayo did say that for him to take me on as a client, I would need to have birth control administered. So they recommended like the Mirena coil or the Implanon or something like that. And I instantly was like, okay, well, we'll discuss that when it comes to it, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to have anything foreign in my body. I've been through way too much over the years with trying to get my body to have a period naturally anyway without birth control and whatnot. So I did my own research, and because I've had it before and it was fine. Sorry, Arthur actually just said that he wanted to show you his outfit. So, oh, you did, didn't you? So, good morning. Thanks for having me. So today he's wearing his little zip up onesie. It's got bear ears on the bum, and it's from Seed. This was a gift from my friend in Melbourne. And then he's got this beautiful matching gingham terracotta-y coloured bib, you know, because he likes to vomit everywhere. And also his dummy also matches, but we didn't plan that. Like I said, it's cold in Perth today, so yeah, okay. So what else do I have to do? Mascara, that's it. Yeah, so I have had the depot injection before. I know it's a little bit annoying because obviously if you get it, you don't like it, it's 3 months, you've got to wait for it to wear off. But it's basically just an injection in your bum. They used to do it in my bum anyway. So I am going to obviously chat to him today and bring that up, because he did say that if I didn't take contraception, he wouldn't agree to do the surgery, because it is detrimental that you don't fall pregnant in, especially that first 12 months. So our plan is that I have surgery January, February this year coming, and then we would start trying to fall pregnant again January, February the year after, which means then that Arthur and the new baby, if we fall pregnant again, would be 2 years apart. So that's like the perfect gap. So yeah, that's pretty much the main one I wanted to speak to him about today, because if he's forceful and, you know, says, no, you have to go and have either this or either that, then I will basically be telling him that I'm going to go and find another surgeon, because I don't think that they can force that on you. Like I said, I'm going to compromise and I'll agree to the depot injection. I know with that it's hard because they can't say, well, did you actually have it? So I will agree that my doctor will have to administer it rather than a nurse, and they would give me a letter to say that I've had it administered and then when it would be due next. And then I would basically just have to do that every time. So that's pretty much, that's the biggest thing for me, is because I don't want to, I know that this whole thing in general is for my health overall, but contraception and stuff, and because of how, like, I was 16 when I first went on it for my skin, and then I think, you know, I was lucky, I was 16 and then I was 28 when I fell pregnant. So that's 12 years of contraception before realizing that your body has had all of these drugs telling it not to do what it's naturally made to do for years. You know, and obviously back in those days, like, I didn't realize or care, not that I didn't care, but do you know what I mean? Like, you didn't think about how it was going to affect you in the future. So I guess that is probably the biggest thing that I want to chat about today. So I've written these things down because I don't want to walk in there. He's a really lovely guy and he loves to chat and he loves to talk about all of the things. He's very educational and not money driven, which is awesome. And a few of the people that I know that have also been to him and seen him have said the same thing. And I know that it's now true because he was the one that said to us in the surgeon office, so what are your thoughts on, like, having a family? Like, do you guys want to have kids or what's the deal? And Jake was like, yeah, we do. You know, we're hoping in the next year or so that Hayley can fall pregnant and we can start a family. And that was when he's like, okay, now here comes the harsh reality. And he goes, Hayley, if you have this surgery in August next year, which is August this year just gone, because I just upped my private health to obviously cover it, he was like, I won't be signing you off for at least 12 to 18 months to say that you can start trying to conceive. That would take us to, so I'd have the surgery in August this year, August next year to March the year after is 18 months. So March 2023 is when he would have given us the go ahead to start trying. You know, I'm a big person when it comes to doctor's orders, especially after having surgery and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, like it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm going, trying to compute, going, holy shit, like my fertility is already low for my age. It was like, I can't remember what the numbers were, but say that it should have been 15 follicles I was supposed to have had for my age. I had 5. So my chances of getting pregnant were slimmer, but like I said in my first coming back video, the deal was, well, not the deal, but the way that it goes is you don't know until you start trying. So that's why they said just start and see what happens. Give it 6 months. If you're not pregnant, then we'll do something. We fell pregnant within 3 months, so we were very lucky. Are you happy down there? So anyway, that he had that conversation with us, and that was just amazing. I think when he did say that though, Jacob's jaw hit the floor and he was like, oh, okay. So these are things that we didn't think we need to consider. We're just like, yeah, I have the surgery, give it 12 months, we can have a baby. So that brought a really big conversation forward for us, and pretty much we spent that weekend, you know, talking to, like, I spoke to my mum, Jake spoke to his mum. I'm pretty sure that was the weekend that he sat his dad down and said that he wanted to marry me and that he'd already been looking at a ring. Speaking of which, I just put my rings on. I haven't been wearing them because I got to wear that cast. My hand just feels really like clustered, and then I fall asleep with them on, and then I wake up and my hand feels like it's gonna fall off. What's going on? So pretty much that was the weekend that he that was the weekend he had that conversation with his parents, and he said, you know, after having this appointment with Hayley, we've got a bit of a harsher reality now, and there's lots of things we need to consider, and one of those is starting a family. We just might not necessarily be married in time. And they were like, whatever you want to do, we'll support you. You're good kids, you got your head screwed on, you know, we'll make it work. So it's like, well, what did you just do? So anyway, that was awesome to have had their support. My parents were exactly the same, go forth and slay, whatever. You know, we had good jobs, we were building a house, it was all happening. So why not just throw a baby into the mix? Bring our plans a year forward. We obviously couldn't travel, so we were just gonna be here doing nothing anyway. And we thought, how cool would it be to travel with our little guy? Not that we knew he was gonna be a guy, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's what we did. We sat them down, had that conversation, and they said to us, only you can decide what to do from here. And I think Jacob would have been a dad a year or two. He would have been a dad in the first 6 months if I had let him. He's just always said, I can't wait to have a baby, I can't wait to have a baby, but he's never been forceful, even though I'm the older one. So yeah, Dr. Rayo really brought that forward for us and made us have those really big conversations, and here we are now 12 months later with our gorgeous little boy. So anyway, we're gonna go and head to the appointment, and I will obviously come back and chat once I've been and let you know how I'm feeling, what I learned. He's like laughing at me. All right, do you want to come and say see ya? Yeah, come on. Come on then. Yeah. Oh no, I wasn't gonna put you down. Look. Ready? Peekaboo! Oh, what's going on up here? So yeah, obviously we're super grateful for this little guy. But anyway, we need to go because it's 10 o'clock and I want to get there and get ourselves inside, just in case it's raining and stuff, you know, because it's kind of on and off out there. What do you reckon? You're a bit tired, you're ready for your nap, and you're going to fall asleep in the car. Woohoo! Okay, we'll see you soon. Hi everyone. I don't know why I'm whispering. I'm in a separate room. So it's been, well, it's Tuesday today, and I filmed the start of this video on Friday before I was heading out to my appointment. I I haven't not come back to finish updating, like, for any reason. I just genuinely have been so tired and haven't had time. And that's the beauty of doing this, is I can do it when I feel like it, whenever I have time. I'm currently waiting for Arthur to wake up from his nap. I'm gonna insert a little bit of footage I just took off my mobile phone. So we've been testing arms out day naps and he's been fine, but Jacob said the other day, oh, he loves sleeping on his stomach. He always falls asleep on his belly. Why don't you try letting him sleep on his belly? And today he was just, I don't know, he's been sleeping so much yesterday and today. I think that's him coming out of the end of his leap, which is great. But he was just so sooky this morning and would not nap on me. So I finally put him down in his cot, face down, and he like snuggled his face in and then realized he was on his belly and was like, okay, this is fine. Like, he was still awake. I walked out down the other end of the laundry, came out and was like, why can't I hear him? I went in there and he was asleep, face down with his bum in the air. Fine. And I can hear him waking up now from his nap and he's gonna want a bottle. So I'm gonna go do that and then I'll come back. Okay, just as I thought, he was gonna wake up for a feed, so that's fine. I've also not lactated. You can see this is the side I hold him on when I feed him, and he just dribbled on me. So anyway, I'm just getting my lunch ready. I'll finish putting it together and then I'll show you what I'm eating, because every time I post this I get 1,000 messages, maybe like 3, but anyway, asking how I have time to cook lunch for myself. This is like a once a week, maybe twice a week thing, depending if we've been out, if we're not going out. And even if I do have it, it's normally not actually around lunchtime. It's 20 past 12 right now, so this is a treat for me today. But normally if I get time, like, I've been preparing this since 11:30, so it's almost been an hour. Like, I cut some stuff up, put some things in the oven, you know. Now I've just fed him, so now it's time for me to have my lunch. So I'm gonna put it together and then I'm gonna show you. So anyway, I have also just, do I want to cut these? No, I can't be bothered. Just filled out all of my paperwork because I am booked to have surgery on the 1st of February. It's not how I thought I would start this little segment, but anyway, we'd like to cut to the chase here and not beat around the bush with clickbait and whatnot. We don't have time for that, do we? No. So, I'm not, how do I segue this? I went to the appointment on Friday knowing that I was more than likely going to be leaving with a surgery date, because I had already had the appointment to have surgery a year ago. I just had a small hiatus and had a baby instead, which is what we wanted to do. So the surgeon said that normally, well, he's booked up until end of Feb at the moment, but because he knows that I haven't changed my mind, he said that the questions that I went in, just got a barbecue sauce. You can't even see it, all over myself because it's stuck in the top of the bottle and my battery's about to die. So anyway, I'm going to come back to this later. Okay, so anyway, before this battery dies, this is my lunch. So these are just like these little circle 100% chicken breast things from Woolies. I just sort of like dry fry up some corn and red capsicum. Then under this there is lettuce, carrot, avocado, cucumber and tomatoes with a blob of sour cream and some cheese, barbecue sauce and sweet chili sauce. So it's not a massive bowl, but this is pretty much all I eat in a day until dinner time. So anyway, yum. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. I don't know why I always say that. Always keep a spare battery on charge. That's the trick to this vlogging thing. I am just about to open up this guy. So I am with Telstra with my phone. and every bill that you pay, you get points, and then you can go to the points, redeem them, and you can basically get free stuff. So I got like my AirPods for free. I bought my Apple Watch. I did like half points, half pay. I got the Nest Hub yesterday, and now I'm saving for the Google doorbell to go with this. Anyway, so I'm about to open that and set that up. So I just thought, he's having a little play. We just had his bottle and I ate my lunch. It's very hard on my teeth. No, we're all good. And he's just playing on his little play mat. So bloody cute, the little noises that he makes. So anyway, I thought whilst I do this, we can have a little bit of a chat. I figured I can't multitask today. Too tired, my head hurts. So the surgeon appointment, it went exactly as I expected. The questions that I told you I wanted to ask him, I asked him. The only thing he didn't bring up that I was prepared to chat about was the birth control thing. So a win-win, I guess. I was like, I'm not gonna fight it and like address it if he's not addressed it. Obviously we just gotta be super careful, so that's fine. Yeah, so as I was saying before, he offered me the 1st of February, which is roughly when I was expecting to hopefully get a date. So I was pretty happy with that and said, yeah, book it in. The reason he rushed it through to the 1st of Feb, even though he was booked up to the end of Feb, is because with the borders opening on the 5th, he said if it all turns to shit and we do end up going back through the whole COVID debacle, the first thing that will get cancelled will be private surgeries. So he said best to get it done. He's like, you've waited long enough. He's like, your decision seems well and truly made. I was like, yep. It's just all of the other little demons that you have to fight in your head. I watched a vlog this morning of a girl in Australia who, I think this vlog video was like a year old. And basically she only had this leave because her mum had it done and they have high cholesterol in their family. So when I sit there and constantly rack my brain and feel like shit because people are too scared to talk about this because they're embarrassed or they feel like it's cheating or it's the easy way out, it shouldn't be like that. It should just be like having a cesarean birth. If you want it, have it. Like, who cares? Yeah, you tell them. I just think, you know, a friend said to me the other day, oh, what do you mean YouTube videos? Like, what, you just like vlog about your day and post it sort of thing? I was like, yes, no, I don't know, kind of, maybe. I was like, just whatever I feel like doing. She's like, oh, but why? Like, what do you get out of that? I'm like, well, why do you do the things that you do in your spare time? Like, this is what I mean. It shouldn't matter what anyone does and why they do it. As long as it makes them happy and they're not getting themselves into trouble, you know, and even then sometimes that's what you have to do to learn. So I make videos and sit here and talk shit and put them on YouTube because that's what I like doing. I love to chat about things. My pram video that I put up, the company shared it on their Instagram story, and then I went on my Instagram because my phone was going off and I had all these new followers. My YouTube video went from like 4 views to like 65 within about an hour. And then people messaging me and commenting saying, thank you so much for your video, that was so helpful. Like, it didn't cost me anything. I didn't get paid for it. I didn't get asked to do it. I did it because I wanted to. It's the same reason I'm having this surgery. I just don't think I can go through life constantly fighting to lose weight that genetically is just going to be there. It's the makeup of my body and you can't change that. I eat healthy, I exercise, I do all of those things that you're supposed to do, but I wasn't blessed with small genes, and that's just how it is. And even having the surgery, you're not changing your genes. I can still pass the obese gene onto my children, but hopefully with Jacob's family and his makeup, that won't be a thing. I can only hope that they take after him, I guess is what I'm saying. Otherwise, you know, especially if we do have a girl, if we have another baby, this is something that she might be faced with. I remember my sister was the same as me, you know, up until she was about 19, I always was like, great, she's the skinny one. And and she'd said something, we were getting ready to go out for her birthday one night, and she looked amazing. She looked $1,000,000. And I think I was just like, I think I said out loud, I was at my mum's house and I was like, man, what I would have done to have gotten my mum's side of the family's genes and not my dad's side. And she was just like, yeah, it's so weird, but you know, it is what it is. And she's never been like, I'm the skinny hot sister. Like, it's never been like that. But then for me, it was when I hit maybe the age of 20, 21, all of the weight I don't know, it just found me. It just happened. And unfortunately, the same thing happened with her. And so we both had to work hard to lose weight and be healthy enough to carry a child, because we didn't have that on our side. You know, and so to lose my nana at such a young age, and to lose my auntie at such a young age, and to have no women left on my dad's side of the family, it's horrible. And you know, if you're from my Instagram and you've been following since back in like, I think 2017 was when I started that page, I was on my own fitness journey. I lost 40 kilos by myself, but the things I did to lose that was not sustainable. I can't go to the gym for 2 hours every single day with a child. Maybe if I didn't have a job and I wasn't going back to work, then yeah, that would be fabulous, but it's not sustainable. It's not ethical. It just won't happen. I don't know, like, in my head I go, how much longer can I live the way that I was living before I had a baby, with barely seeing my husband every day, even though we lived together, spending all of my spare time on the weekends, food prepping and cooking and doing this and doing that, and making sure that I got my steps in and I went to the gym. Then add socializing in. Like when I was training to go to San Diego, that was fine because there was a massive goal in mind. But when you go, no, I just want this to be my lifestyle and I want it to be the way that I live, that's fine, but it's not sustainable to train 2 hours every single day and to spend all of your waking spare moments concentrating on being fit and being healthy and not going out with your friends and not eating out and doing those things, because I don't know, for me it was like, if I breathed wrong, I put on 10 kilos. You know, then you add lupus into that, and my lupus has been great whilst being pregnant. I'm not even on any medication anymore. But all it takes is for one bad episode for that to spark up for me. Oh my gosh, I honestly thought I would never get to this point today. It's now 3:15. I started filming this at 11:30. To change my shirt because Arthur vomited all over me, and obviously I got barbecue sauce all over me. Anyway, my dad came for a quick visit. I just went and picked up our click and collect from Woolworths. The best thing ever, because I always time it around 2 to 3 p.m. So as soon as I get the message, I wait for Arthur to wake up from his first stint of his nap. Then we get in the car, drive to Woolies, they load my boot up, we drive home. He goes back down for a nap. Fingers crossed. He's also down on his belly again. It's the cutest thing ever. So I just thought, I'm just gonna have to quickly unpack these, fill the fridge and the pantry, and then maybe we'll eventually get through this thing. So I like to unpack all of my groceries onto the bench first. I've just cleaned the fridge out. That way there I go pantry stuff, fridge stuff, freezer stuff, cupboard stuff, whatever. We still haven't organized the pantry yet, in the sense of like pretty containers and all the rest of it. We are getting to that point. I just haven't had the time. Obviously I had a baby, so that was kind of a bit more important. But everything has its own section, and when the boys go in there and put things away not in the right section, I have a full freak out. I do a lot of things myself because of the fact I like them done a specific way, because I'm disgustingly OCD. So anyway, I'm going to do a little time lapse of me putting my shopping away, and then I promise we will finish this chat. Okay, so I always go freezer, fridge, obviously fresh fruit and veg, and then pantry stuff. Now, Christmas is obviously this week, so I have a few extra things here that I don't normally buy, like crisps, pancakes. Oh, we kind of buy pancakes every now and again for like a Sunday morning thing, but anyway, if you've seen on my Instagram, I made the choc ripple cake. I'm making another one tonight, but I'm doing gluten-free biscuits and lactose-free cream because Dana is both of those. And then obviously got some fresh fruit for it. And then I got another packet of biscuits because I'm making the big reef one again for Christmas Day. But I just needed another packet of biscuits because I bought 3 last time and only used 2. So that's for those. Brooke and Dana are coming over tonight and we're doing our Secret Santa. I guess it's our Friendsmas, I don't know, Secret Santa, whatever. So we're doing a barbecue for dinner, so that's why we've got all this extra burgers and bits and pieces. Staples, licorice bullets. I just have to have them, I don't know why. Yeah, so nothing that exciting. It is a basic grocery shop. I probably do a grocery shop this big once a fortnight, and then on the in-between is just topping up on things that we need. I always buy a ton of mints, divided up into 4. So like that's 2 meals, that's 2 meals. But then we also get enough for dinner and a lunch for Jacob out of that section. So this is a kilo. Yeah, so I divide it into 2 500-gram lots, and then we use 1 500-gram lot to make, I don't know, Mexican bowls or bolognese, and we always basically get dinner each and then something for Jacob left over for lunch. So anyway, I'm gonna flip this around and we're gonna do a time lapse of me putting it away. Okay, so like I said, there's no method to my madness. No, yes there is. That's a lie. So do I do the same thing every single time I put my shopping away? You betcha. And so I bet you're wondering or thinking, I bet she doesn't do it like this every single time. Yeah, no, you would be wrong. Ask Jacob when I come home with groceries and we've got Arthur and he tries to touch the groceries or put them away, ask him what I do. I'm like, take the baby, go away and leave me alone. This is like my sanity, is tidying my house and unpacking my groceries and putting them away. So like I said, we haven't organized the pantry yet, but you know, we keep it pretty basic. So cereals and UHT milks, tea and coffee and like cordial, so like drinking stuff. And then this is like the sweet section, so like baking. Obviously these I'm going to use, and then stuff for Christmas Day. Like tomato sauces and salsas and taco sort of stuff. And then like I have a seasoning basket because that's the one thing I find is so hard to keep tidy. So that's the one thing we do have in a basket already. Pastas, rice, noodles, muesli bars and snacks, biscuits, chips, that sort of stuff all kind of goes there. And then we've got pasta sauce, which obviously being Italian, we have our own homemade stuff from Jake's family. This is some gyro seasoning from Brock's family. And then your standard potato and onion basket, oil, spreads. Actually, this is gonna go down here. We have a housemate as well, so that's like his section of the cupboard. And then the fun stuff. So serviettes and paper towel. And then we have lots of wine. And then again, like this is just all sort of stuff that we're kind of in the middle of using or putting away. We have a recycling basket, so the boys empty that every couple of days, and then we're collecting our bottles for change. So then I always keep like recyclable bags, like bags that you can reuse for gifts or things like that. Shopping bags. That's our cameras for our house that we're waiting to get installed. And then I have like stuff that people have left here. So there's like a jacket there that's Jacob's mum's, and then an extension cord in case we need it, a picnic basket, and then this is stuff that needs to go in my studio once it's done. But that is pretty much it. Like I said, we don't really keep things in excess that we don't need. Same as my fridge. Does it always look like this? Yep, you bet it does, because like I said, severe OCD, it just, everything has to be in its own spot. So we always have like alcohol and drinks. We always try and keep something like no sugarish in the fridge, and these, Brock has been buying them and has gotten me onto them. They're only 250 mils, which is amazing because I just don't drink a full can of cool drink. I always share with Jacob, so I always keep, like, this Pepsi bottle is stupid. I don't even know why it's in there, because we got pizza on the weekend and they gave us Pepsi instead of Pepsi Max, and we just don't like it. So anyway, I always keep like meat and chicken and stuff on the bottom shelf. Fruit and veg obviously goes in their own little things. We have these cute little snack sliders, which is the best thing ever. Especially once Artie starts walking and he can only kind of reach the top, he's not going to see stuff like that. Milks, juice, condiments, cheese container, butter, more cheese. And then same as on this side, was just like the excess of the condiments. And then lots of Italian sausage, because like I said, we're Italian and have excess of stuff. So we go like dairy, pasta, and like bacon and eggs. I would like that to be next to that, but then it just means that like these have to sit over this little gap and it annoys me. Like I said, there's method to all of my madness. But anyway, that is my fridge. I don't even know why I do this, but anyway. I hope you enjoyed that. I love watching shit like that, so I figured why not. So anyway, so I can't even remember where we got up to with the other chat before, but I think the consensus of what I've been trying to say is, if you want to do something, do it. Don't listen to everyone else. If you want to ask for advice and opinions, go ahead. That's what I do, but I don't take any of them to heart. I have people message me and they're just like, why are you having surgery, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, well, why not? Why should I have to sit back? Like, I just sat here and said to my dad for the last hour, we can't change our genetics. Why should I have to worry that as my children grow older, I'm going to be worried that my life choices are going to affect them, which they are. And if I can control that and change what we've known for the last 30, 40, 50, 60 odd years, then I'm going to do that. So I have to start with myself, and this is at my point in time in my life. I've had a child now. I've done everything that I believe I could possibly have done to have given myself a better lifestyle change. Most of those habits have stuck. I would now like that to reflect. I know that I'm going to have body dysmorphia issues that change from I'm obese, I'm too big and nothing fits me. When I look in the mirror, I hate myself, to now I'm too skinny, now my skin is saggy, blah, blah, blah. I know that. I've researched this for years and years and years, but like I said, I was too embarrassed to admit that it's probably what I needed. I was too scared to talk about it. I messaged a girl that I know that had it, and I went and sat at her house for a whole day, and we chatted and went through the pros and the cons and why she did it and why I should do it and why I shouldn't do it. And even her husband was like, from an outside perspective, this is what I'm going to tell you. You need to be prepared for the body dysmorphia that comes with having the surgery. You know, you're in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years time, you're going to go, now I want a boob job, now I want a tummy tuck, now I want this. And you need to know, if you can't afford those things, then that's the new body that you have to live with. So I have looked at it from every single perspective, and I know that I can keep training and paying coaches and paying nutritionists and everything to do what I already know. I know how to calorie count, I know how to track my macros, I know how to exercise. I can keep doing all those things. What I can't do is change my insides. I have nothing that says to me, hey mate, you're a bit full, you should probably stop eating. I don't have that. I can keep eating and eating and eating and eating and eating until I basically feel like shit. I feel sick, I'm like, okay, now I need to go to the toilet, you know, all of that sort of stuff. But I don't physically have that thing that says to me, you're full, stop eating. And if I do, I've probably well and truly overworked that It's in my childhood, like Dad said. We grew up in a society where you didn't leave the table until your plate was empty. We also ate high carb meals because that's just what we ate, you know, pasta and rice dishes and stuff with our ethnicity growing up. And like he said, it was a time and era where you told the kids, you need to eat everything that's on your plate and you can't leave the table until you have, because there's starving kids in Africa. And even still now, like, I'm very mindful of waste and stuff like that. Like I hate wasting food, which is why I always eat what's on my plate. So now my habits need to change, where I make less food and I put less food on my plate, so that I don't have to sit there and go, okay, I've probably had enough to eat, but there's still some left, so I'm gonna eat it. If I've given myself less, I just finish when I finish. It's as simple as that. So I think the hardest thing for me is going to be the 2 weeks pre-op where I have to do the OptiFast shakes. I've never done the whole meal replacement thing. I think I tried for 1 or 2 weeks and I just knew it just wasn't for me. So that's why I would rather pay a coach that just works out my macros and does all the rest of it. You know, when I was training under another coach, you know, he had me eating 6 to 8 times a day, and that was hard for me because I would always wake up, not eat until 12, 1 o'clock, like accidental intermittent fasting. I just wouldn't eat until eventually I'd be like, I'm starving, I need to eat. Then what I would eat more than I needed to, because I was making up for like breakfast and a snack and having my lunch. And then I would do the same thing when it came to dinner time. I would overeat because I hadn't eaten all day. So it's just horrible mind habits that we get into. But anyway, like I said, oh, Jake's trying to ring me. This is what is going to work for me, and I'm more than happy to talk to absolutely anyone about it. I will answer any questions. I will try and vlog as much as I can as I go, but I still haven't quite processed the fact that I have 6 weeks until I have surgery. So anyway, I'm gonna let that sink in. I hope you enjoyed whatever this whole video was. If I don't put a vlog up before Christmas, I wish you all a magical Christmas. Remember, it's not about how much you have, your presents under the tree and the rest of it. It's about being with your family and being present and just enjoying that time. Be grateful that you can be with certain people. Just enjoy it. Be present. Put your phone down. I'm going to practice what I preach and really work on that. So anyway, I will probably see you guys in the new year, and let's just hope and pray that next year is magical for everyone. We'd love to travel, we'd love to do things, but at the same time, we'll take what we are given. And for me, it is the opportunity to have a life-changing surgery. And so I'm gonna start with that. And anyway, we'll just see how we go. Take it easy, be good to yourselves, be good to everyone around you, and I will see you when I'm looking at you next. Bye.